make the strings.
Welcome to part 9 of the 2JZ Drift Mustang, Drift Week Mustang, whatever it is. But if you didn't see yesterday's video of me installing the angle kit on the front of this thing, it's absolutely insane. You guys need to go check it out. But Ty has not seen it. He's been in the basement shipping, still finally shipping out a lot of these giveaways orders. They're most of the way out. Like
we're getting there. We got all the hoodies.
Yeah,
hoodies yesterday. So I was doing all hoodies and stuff. So we got some shirts coming, but tomorrow. So
Ty was there last night. We are gonna install some parts on here today. So all that suspension stuff I was gonna put in the rear. Just spent too much time last night messing with the front, and did some donuts with it, but it's kind of dark. So this video, before we get started installing all that suspension stuff I mentioned in the last video, we're gonna fire this thing up when there's still a little bit of daylight. We're gonna go sling it in the parking lot. You ready?
Give it a rip. I want to see a rip.
Dude, you haven't even felt it since you haven't even felt it since we hooked up the boost.
No, I haven't.
So it spools way quick. So on the drive home from the dyno, we melted the bottom wastegate line. So
it was like gate.
Dude, this thing, it's so sick now. Like,
dude, I love the way that those rear wheels are.
Yeah, I mean the front too, and we have so much angle too.
Dude, I love
so much angle, and it's not even that much camber. So I cut off the top of these things and moved them all the way over. But I'm gonna shut up. Let's go freaking slide this thing around.
What setting is this on?
3.
And the zero given.
No, we're not on that one yet.
Not yet. That's she reps. the neighbor. All right.
That was sweet. This thing is rowdy.
Oh, it sounds nasty.
So much dust though.
Yeah, it's really
on the ground. Yeah. Dude, it freaking rips. I'm so much more confident in it now.
It feels just smooth.
I can't wait to get that e-brake in it.
Yeah, it's gonna rip it so hard.
Yeah. Cause you're like, what? We're fixing that tonight. We have a lot of suspension arms for the rear, but we're going to start with these bushings. So these are Delrin subframe bushings. So these factory ones, I guess you get a lot of wheel hop chatter. These ones look like they're in pretty good condition, but they could still flex and drift in with all the clutch kicking and doing all that stuff. We definitely don't want any axle hop. So we're basically replacing, getting these out, putting these boys in, and then the other bushing that I guess is pretty crucial on the back of these things is this right here. This is an upgraded like spherical one. But right here, this factory bushing, if you actually look in there, you could see where it's actually worn together and almost torn. If I grab a pry bar real quick, check out how much this moves. So if we stick that in here, that's how much it allows it to flex basically. And you could see that bushing is already worn. This car only has 40-some thousand miles as an EcoBoost automatic car, not even like a manual track car or anything. So these things I guess are pretty essential. You can see there's no play in there. Got some little adapters and stuff, so hopefully that's not too much of a pain to do. We have vertical links, we have camber arms, and we have toe arms. So, and then we have solid diff bushings too, because this diff, kind of the same thing. If you come over here and you wiggle it, like look how much the diff just moves front to back just by giving her the wiggle. So hopefully everything will go smooth and we won't be here all night, but you know, the only way we're gonna do it is freaking get started. So So normally subframe bushings are like the worst, and if you don't know how to do them right, they are. So basically what you have to do is there's this bushing right here, and then it rides in the center of this. So basically it's right here, there's this rubber that kind of cushions it on all sides. So what you do is, and then it has this sleeve. So this is a metal sleeve. So a lot of people, what they'll do is, it's like an old trick on the 240 forum, whatever it is. People like burn their bushings for like 10 hours to try to get this rubber out. But literally, at the end of the day, you have to take this collar out no matter what, depending on what bushings you have. I think a long time ago, the polyurethane ones, like you had to do that. But most of the solid ones, you don't. So you take a hole saw and you drill this out, basically in there. You get this thing out of there, and then you grab the handy dandy Sawzall and basically put it right in here and just cut it. So you can see I got pretty close, kind of went through a little bit at the top, barely kind of scathed it right there, enough to kind of let it squeeze in. The best, I mean, you're always gonna cut a little bit of the subframe, but what you try to do is do it on the inside where it's welded right here, not on like an edge right here. Like obviously if we cut it right here and we went through a little bit, that's not gonna be good. But if we do it on the back side right there, it's no big deal. So also be careful, you have to have good hole saw blades, and these things, it'll try to freaking break your wrist. So we'll just go ahead and give this guy a cut. Maybe this one will come out easy if we got it all the way. Take a chisel, BFH, so and then if you haven't cut enough, you can always go back. Yeah. They're Delrin, so they're pretty easy. Seem like they slide in pretty nice. Not like the aluminum ones. Seem like they're.
If you have aluminum ones, put them in the freezer.
Yeah, put them in the freezer a little bit before it seems like that.
Kind of help keep them chunking up, keeps it from expanding.
So hopefully, US 550 guys, if you do this, you don't spend freaking 10 years doing them in your driveway trying to burn them out, because literally it doesn't work. Like you have to get that sleeve out. So that's those bushings. Now onto the diff bushings.
Those are probably gonna be a little bit harder.
How long did that take me to do that? 3 minutes?
All four? Or the whole thing?
Just that.
4 minutes.
I mean, that's not bad compared to literally people scream and yell and cuss for hours on one.
Yeah.
And I've done all of them in like probably 30 minutes, so.
Not even.
side.
Yeah, hammered it that side and then clipped it that side. Well, I mean, that was on that side. That was screwed backwards.
Yeah, look at that. Look how nice that went in. Just slid right in, and like I said, the fit is really, really tight in there. Basically, C-clip. Give it another little whack over here. Guys, so it is the next day, and I just got a brand new windshield installed in this thing. So the other one had, basically when it got in the wreck, it pushed it back and cracked it right here and cracked it all the way along the bottom. And I just didn't want to go to any of the tracks and like go through tech or anything. I'm not sure if it would even matter or not, or even if I get pulled over and then basically being like, hey, your freaking windshield's cracked, here's a ticket, or you can't drive or whatever. So I just decided it was like 250 bucks and put a new windshield in it. But so last night I got pretty far with all the rear lower stuff. The trailer hitch installed on here. So this is rated at 200 pounds of tongue weight, 2,000 pounds total gross trailer weight. It's interesting kind of how it mounts under here. So you basically got to use like a fishing wire like bolt thing. So it basically threads onto the bolt, and you stick them through all these holes, and it looks like a daddy long leg. And then you run them through there, kind of hold it up in there, and kind of hold it with a screwdriver, put the nut on it, and it bolts on. So trailer hitch is installed. We got the subframe and everything all in here, all buttoned up, got the drive shaft and everything in it. Okay, guys, so it is the next day, and I thought we were gonna get a little bit more done, you know, call the video like the hydro e-brake one, and we were gonna save doing this until the next video, but I bought a trailer, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. So hopefully you guys are ready for this. Angle. We got a raised ride height in the rear. We have a trailer hitch, and this right here is a 5x8 trailer. So it's got, I think, a 1,700 pound axle on it, or 2,000 pound axle. Total GVWR, whatever, is about 2,000 pounds. 200 pounds of tongue weight, 2,000 pound on the trailer hitch. But you can see we got about 5 wheels and tires right here. These are 10.5s. You could basically put 10 right here, 10 more right there, or I think if we lace them, we could probably put about 10 tires, 10 to 15 tires just right here. And then I was thinking about getting an enclosed trailer for this trip, but I decided, you know, this would probably be the best way. I had this toolbox out of the bed of my old truck, Big Dirty. I haven't put it in the new one yet, so I figured we could bolt this down, lock it down, so we could put all our tools and all that stuff in it, and then we're not dealing with a big, tall, enclosed trailer. The trailer, it is used. It is a 2017. I went ahead and ordered some new light, or I bought some new lights for it, because basically both the bulbs are burnt out on these. So got some LEDs for it. Got a spare wheel and tire for it. Got some bearing buddies, and so we're gonna take this thing on our first journey, I guess. And I guess you can see I have to raise these chains a little bit because they're a little bit low. But I hooked up the trailer wiring too. I just need to run the power to the battery. So I'm gonna raise these chains real quick, and then we're gonna go for our first little test drive with it. Towing the trailer, and this thing makes 550 foot-pounds of torque at like 4,500 RPM or something like that. So it's inline 6 single turbo. So it's pretty much like a baby Cummins. It's kind of like a Cummins if you think about it. So we got
like half the displacement.
This is like a Fumin swap almost, but it, you know, in like a 6-liter Power Stroke. You know, it's got a Cummins in it, but instead it's a freaking Mustang. And then through the back window, I mean, it doesn't really feel that crazy. I do want to take it out on the highway. That's actually where we're going right now, just to see how it is. So we have tongue weight on it right now, which is essential to not have it sway, but because it has more weight, it's trying to control though. So we got a trailer and its wind disc. Should I man it? Do some street races with a trailer. This does kind of feel weird. What do you think? You think this is gonna... Car actually drifts, we got a trailer, we got all that stuff. Ty actually cleaned this back seat and it was absolutely disgusting. So he's gonna go ahead and actually let's pour it outside. I don't wanna, let's not do that to the poor sink. Look at how disgusting this, if you guys.
Want me to pour you a Guinness, bud?
Oh man, I'd love me a Guinness.
Pour you some Guinness?
Look at that. Oh man, it's even got the foam too.
Yeah.
You think it's infused with nitrogen?
Nitro brew.
Oh man, that's disgusting. So I think we might be making a little bit of progress on the brake booster. So I don't know if I took it off and there's like an O-ring that's supposed to go around there or something that seals it. But basically there's just a big vacuum leak when it's idling or driving or whatever. And so I went ahead and pulled the booster, kind of stuck it up here. There's no O-ring or anything right there. I'm not sure if there needs to be. And then when I stick my hand right there, it basically gets a big freaking vacuum, or it idles back down to normal. Whereas before it's just freaking idling like freaking 15 to 1800 RPM. So I'm gonna test fit some, I got a little O-ring kit, put some O-rings on it. Hopefully that fixes it. Things that I need to do before we take this thing and get it wrapped is when it was wrecked, obviously I replaced the fender, the hood, and the front bumper, headlights, radiator support, all that stuff. But what happened is somehow I think when the fender came out, like when you open the door, it pinched it. So we basically have this thing right here, and I already kind of pulled it out just so that the door would close and be kind of nice. So I'm just gonna go do some super quick body work on it right now. I just don't have time to go crazy with it. It's gonna get wrapped, so I'm basically gonna prime it and wet sand it real quick just so it's smooth. And then kind of the wrap that we're doing is a little bit, it should basically hide a lot of things. So that should be good. You won't really be able to see it if the bodywork's not perfect, but it's just gotta be quick because there's some other things I need to do to the car tonight. This guy right up close to it in that leg, and we'll let sand it. It should be ready for some buttons. So It is 7 in the morning, and it's basically time to head up to the wrap shop and start getting this thing wrapped. I just wanted to test the taillights real quick, and so you can see, let's check this out. So the lights and everything work on the trailer, which is really cool, even the little side markers. So we're legit now. We got trailer lights, we got an actual trailer, we got all the stuff. I just did finished up the body work and everything over here. Hit it with that black kind of rattle can high build primer. Basically let the heater sit on it for about 2 hours while I was doing some other stuff. Wrapped up some wiring stuff for the trailer, wrapped up some wiring stuff for the fuel pumps, put the back seat in, put the driver's seat in because I took it out because I was going to make a custom bracket. I wet sanded this stuff. I put in the front, the new headlight. So actually a subscriber or one of you guys, a subscriber sent me a headlight, which was super sick. Had a couple little broken tabs, but you know, where we're going, drifting this thing, we're not too worried about that. So I made some little kind of brackets to tie that in. Mounted the bottom intercooler a little bit better, and just did a bunch of things. I kind of worked on this fender a little bit, tried to make that a little bit better. Sanded the hood a little bit. Did another quick little alignment on the front. Had to change out some heim joints that were kind of, I guess, bad from the factory. But yeah, so just tons and tons of things. Oh, and I fixed the brake booster, which turns out it was just a vacuum leak around the brake booster where it actually goes in the hole. So I just put an O-ring on it, and I think we're good. So I'm basically gonna back the trailer out of the shop, back it back in the shop, and then this car is heading to Denver. I think Ty is driving it up there. If he's actually awake, or if he's gonna wake up. If not, I'm probably gonna have to drive this thing. But the next video you guys are gonna see of this thing is of it getting wrapped. And I'm super tired. It's 7 in the morning. I've been up freaking all day, all night. I'm ready for a nap. We got the windows tinted too. I don't know if I said that or not. Tons and tons of things. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you like it. Hit that notification bell. And we'll see you with a wrap. I don't know if paint's dead, but maybe it is.